Hi, this is Jarrett Cornbrooks again. I figured for a second video, a good thing to do would be to show you guys some of the music that I've actually worked on. What you're seeing right now is actually the first song that I ever wrote. I wrote this in my composition lessons, and it is a string quartet piece that is in the form of ABACA, which basically just means this opening section is repeated twice after introducing two different contrasting sections. And this is what it sounds like. Yeah, so for some reason, this is missing a couple chords at the end there, but that's okay. So yeah, this was the first piece that I written. An important thing to mention: it did not look anything like this when I started. This is uh, a whole semester's worth of work. I spent an entire semester writing this song, um, and as you'll see in here, so you have this opening section, which is like nice and upbeat. It's got a funky little bass line, and then these long held chords come out of nowhere. The second one establishing a lot of tension, and then it goes into this next section, which an important thing to note here. You see how this is the key signature here, and you can see they look a little bit different, and that's because I put in a key change, and the key change is actually from F sharp major to F sharp minor. And what that does is take you from a place that feels nice and happy and upbeat and all that, and puts you in a place of a lot more tension. And then these repeated striking accented notes just kind of add to that feeling of tension because it just keeps hitting over and over and over again. And then you have another transitional phase in which we come back to the original section that we had at the beginning, only this time it's in minor. So it brings back familiar material, but it's got a completely different emotional feel to it. And then moving out of that section, I put in even more long held chords, except this time they're getting softer as they go on to prepare the sound to drop out and be left with only one voice, which is the cello playing this cool little descending line, and then eventually the violins join in with another descending line, but much higher. The violin comes in with a gradually descending line as well, only moving a lot differently. And then the viola comes in just to finish out the texture, and then it goes into this dramatic rolled chord, which resolves to this long held chord, and you get the original section only with a doubled, like it doubles the instruments as well as bringing in a contrabass instead of another cello to get a lot of the lower content. So I was pretty proud of this song, and it took a really, really long time and a lot of thinking and analyzing, and it's just a very long process. And then looking around at some other stuff that I've made, this is a song that I'm actually writing for the context of a Disney movie. This is actually a song that's meant to take place in The Princess and the Frog, and it's a song for the villain who is trying to take over New Orleans and all that. And it's just a very dramatic solo that right now is only with piano, but I want to have that be a full like brass section. So it's gonna be big and boomy and dramatic, and then so there's an A section, and then it moves into a B section, which has it's a little bit more rhythmic. Um, and then another thing that I really enjoy doing with music writing is part writing. So I write a lot of choral stuff that sounds more like this. Clearly a very different sound. This has a lot of really weird chords, and it's basically just the idea is it's just like big open chords with a lot of moving parts where they're all shifting chords and result like constantly getting that tension but then resolving it. I didn't like I very, very much like writing choral music, just because you really get to bring out all of the different parts and give each part of the music something meaningful. And then just looking at other stuff, this is just a random song that I made with a lot of very weird and unusual chords. Probably don't want to hear that one. This is an arrangement of Amazing Grace using the pentatonic scale, which basically means that you can put anything in it without it sounding bad, because the pentatonic scale, to not get too into it, but the easiest way to explain it is it basically just uses the notes that don't create any tension, and it sounds like this. Obviously, when you can't have any wrong notes, the way you make it interesting is by with the rhythms. And obviously, this has some very complicated things going on rhythmically. Yeah, just a lot of very different things. Just trying different styles of writing to branch out and get experience. This is another choral piece. It's an arrangement of the song Little Wonders from the movie Meet the Robinsons by Rob Thomas. That I'm hoping to have my school choir sing, actually, which is pretty exciting. This is just a melody that I wrote to a poem that I found online. This is my first attempt at writing a duet. And this is just a random harmonization of a very weird melody. It has some interesting chord choices. This is just a look into what it looks like to be a music writer, I guess, and what that process kind of looks like. So I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a good day.